You are not listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Uncensored Radio, the gold motherfucking standard, Melvin Mayhem. I'm joined in studio by the one and only voice of Interfed Radio, Mr. Flip, and our very, very special guest, the one, the only Miss Eva Danger. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having me.
I was gonna say, ladies first, Diva. Ladies first. Now, oh man. Now, I'm sorry, Melvin, but this show is gonna get hijacked real quick, bro.
Go for it.
Real quick, because even though the Unwicked League is still moving on, there's a lot more behind the scenes that I guess is happening that is gonna pretty much take the most of the airwaves, because we only got 40 minutes.
Yep.
Just so everyone knows, Eve was so special, and we had to literally move the meeting from one whole app to the other. That's how badly.
That's right.
That's how badly we needed to get her on.
We had to get this shit done.
So Eve, just on that alone, we're now on a whole new platform, and again, shout out to all the women in the Unwicked Wars League.
Absolutely.
Because it's just, I mean, it like Melvin's been pumping you guys up, Eve, for the better of 2 years now. And of course, you know, the I think the other dozen managers here, they're like, Melvin, dude, it's like you got enough time on your hands to make that many catfish accounts, and it's like it's like really, bro, like get out of here. So this verification show is really going to be your show, and I'm Melvin, shut up already. I'm talking to Eve.
I'm sorry.
So Eve, the airwaves are yours. Please take, I guess, a few moments to introduce the ladies in the Wicked Wars League to the entire nation, and like that, you can put Blank Check Flip's sandwich back in his mouth and shut him up.
I like the sound of that.
No, I'm going to be very respectful.
let loose.
Right now, there's 7 of us, 7 female managers, or us girl managers, as we say.
Yeah, you go ahead, Eve. Shout them out. This is your time. Like I said, let them girls know that you.
I mean, I'm just a little bit nervous. I'm not used to doing interviews and stuff.
Here we go. Let me see how many of them I can remember from all the wonderful interactions of getting kicked in the nuts.
He's gonna name all of maybe 2.
Dude, give me more credit than that. I actually
let's see. Go.
Because they actually write, and I actually pay attention to them. Not like some agents that I know that never write and do damn.
Here we go.
We got. See, but here's the bad part is I don't know who they wrestle with, because they hardly ever talk with their wrestlers. They always just use.
That's okay. You only naming them. You don't need to worry about who they're wrestling.
We said 7, so we got here breakdown. Now we got who I thought was the leader, but I guess I'm corrected. But I thought Tanya was above the chain, so we got Tanya, Eve, Anna.
Who?
Anna? No, not Anna.
Hold
on.
Abby,
Morgan, Gabby, Joanna.
Who?
Not Joanna. Fuck, what the hell is her name? The other Vasquez girl. Jeez, that's 6. Who am I missing?
That would be Angela.
Angela. Fucking name. Oh, I got her last name, at least. So we got Gabby, Angela. Who else was I missing? I got Abby, Morgan. We got Tanya, Eve. Who the hell am I missing?
You are missing Holly.
Get out of here with your fucking Holly.
The one that you say you had no idea who it was. That's how I know you don't pay attention, Flip.
Fuck. Dude, you know what? Anytime I saw the word agents, it automatically
whatever.
And I'm like, oh, dude, Melvin's really going out of his way now, bro.
So now that we got that out of the way, shout out to all the female managers in the league and all the wrestlers. But Eve, since I got you on the airways, I got to get this thing rolling. I definitely want to get the WWO universe involved in getting to know a little bit more about you. So can you tell us how long exactly have you been in the game as Miss Eva Danger?
Off and on, I'm gonna say for about 10 years.
What?
Shocking, ain't it, Flip?
Now, let me start from the beginning, because everybody always wants to know, why is there so many of us in this league, and why did we decide to play this game? And is it really females or is it males?
If it's Melvin, it's Melvin.
Clear the air, please.
The reason is, both of my older brothers started playing this game years ago. They asked me to write trash talk for them. And I was like 15, 16 years old. And I just started writing trash talk for them. And then they said, hey, why not just join us? Become part of, let's start up our own stable, start up our own group. And that's when Miss Eva Danger came in. Then my older sister, Tanya, she came in. And then next thing I know, I had a couple of my cousins join, and my girlfriends join. So it's like we all know each other, and it's like a whole big family. So that's how it all started.
Nice. And you guys have been stuck with Melvin the whole time?
Yep. Well, for a good part of it.
No, I'm asking seriously, Eve. I mean, you've been in this game for 10 years, only in Melvin's leagues?
No,
we've been in other leagues, but when I say 10 years, for me, it's been off and on.
Oh yeah, Eve, you're talking IWA. That's for everybody. That's for
everybody's off and on.
I mean, this game is, I say it a lot in my other shows. I go, everybody plays it in different ways. I know people that make cameos from time to time, because that's just what they've been playing this game for 30 years, 20 years, and they're like, bro, I just want to go and see if I still got it, so I'll make a cameo from time to time. And then you got those like, Melvin and I that are, obsessed at the moment, and, here week in, week out. Week out.
It consumes us.
What are you doing?
But yeah, we have a long-standing history. This dates back to when I used to run the other league. I won't say the league name, because Flip, you hate when I use other leagues in WWO talk, so I won't go there. But everybody knows what other league I'm talking about, and we've been going on since then. So we do have history in the game. So it was a pleasure to have you come on board in the WWO and sign that contract. And correct me if I'm wrong, and you could remind everybody in this league, you were actually our first ever Goddess Extreme World Champion. So I just want to get your thoughts on, how did it feel for you to become that inaugural woman in this league and becoming that champion before any of the other females could lay claim to that title?
It felt great, because really, I was the first female girl manager, in your league, at that time.
This is true. And you definitely became a trendsetter right away.
Now, obviously, us, the other species in the league also have a lot of women, a lot of other women wrestlers. But I just gotta get your take on our nonsense. I mean, I know some of the stuff is like, holy shit, these guys are gotta really get out of the house more. It's like, I mean, thoughts on what you've seen, thoughts on just like the ridiculousness, thoughts on the, shout out to Daddy's Girls and
oh yeah,
and their madness, but a little extreme around here.
No, well, actually, it's exciting for us, because we know we're like a minority, and we enjoy pretty much kicking you guys' ass.
Nice.
Well said. Well said. Now,
I
I
mean,
got
as far as trash talk going.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I gotta ask. I mean, obviously, Melvin just kind of expanded the roster. I mean,
Hmm.
in your tenure here in the IWA, Eve, any thoughts of running a male wrestler? Have you ever ran a male wrestler?
I can't really remember.
Okay. Okay.
No, because it's always been like when I started. It was like my two brothers was like, okay, look, we're going to create the male wrestlers. You create the female wrestler, and
Nice.
that's how it always was.
Yeah. No, I honestly think. I mean, nothing against the way trash talk was back in the days, but I think with the way everything's moved online and being able to actually, like I say, speak for yourself, and do your own movement and trash. I'm a huge fan of that, as you can tell. I mean, I sometimes get way too carried away that I start, who was it? Jeremy. Jeremy is like, "Hey, fool, are you talking to yourself?" I'm like, that's two different characters. He's all like, that don't mean dick, homie. You're still talking to yourself. I'm like, thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Love you, Jeremy. But yeah, so I go
You're
back and
listening.
forth. I go back and forth sometimes, with my own characters, and it's like, oh man, yeah. Believe me, I got a lot of time, or I
Oh
had a
yeah.
lot of time on my hands at that time.
And just to piggyback on that, I mean, these female wrestlers, and that includes yourself, Eve, you guys are some of the best trash talkers in the game. I would say by far as the females, I think you have produced possibly the best trash talk coming out of the female division so far. I mean, I don't think anybody would dispute that. Some of the trash talk that you've put together has been amazing. One of the most recent examples I can give, and actually I can actually segue this into the No One Safe, but was your recent attack on Foxwoman Santana on her own turf. And that's one of the things that's leading up to this match that you actually do have at the upcoming No One Safe pay-per-view. I just want to know, like, what's your thought process when it comes to going after, what some are considering, and Flip, you can attest to this, but a legend in the nightmare dimension, as far as I know. And I've heard a lot about Foxwoman Santana, of her accolades, but Miss Eva Danger is also, she has her accolades as well. And I thought this would be a great matchup. So I just want to, what are your thoughts on, going after somebody with that stature in a different league, and what do you think your chances are versus Foxwoman?
Well, it's a challenge that I'm ready for. Win or lose, I think it's
No,
going to be
win,
fun.
win. You're going to win, but continue.
Well, but see, listen,
You listening,
I
Brandon?
don't
You
really
listening,
set out.
Brandon?
I, I don't really set out that. That was never the goal. When I joined the league with my brothers, to okay, well, we're gonna win these titles. We're gonna win this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. What I'm saying is, I never really set goals like that. It's just to have fun.
Well, let me stop you right there, Eve, because the Foxwoman's idea of fun. Uh, last winter, the patients in the Nightmare Dimension were running hell through the 6-man division. They were just unstoppable. So the Foxwoman decided, look, yeah, this has got to stop. You know what? These guys think they have, these huge balls. They're just running around here. So she decides to set traps and ends up castrating all three of them, and that's what you're dealing with, Eve. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Melvin's league is kind of uncensored and wicked, but the Foxwoman in that Foxwoman form just is a beast. I mean, so like Melvin knows. Melvin's a smart commissioner because he's all like, look, we're bringing all these monsters. I'm going to put it in a dome. There'll be no moonlight.
That's right.
They won't turn into these ugly monsters. So it'll be, the fantastic Eva Danger just in her form at her prime going up against, Foxwoman Santana as just, Santana and Eve's gonna, mop the floor with her. So I know Melvin's strategy, believe me. But when you got someone that vicious, I mean, are you afraid she's gonna rip off your tits if she does become a fucking monster? I mean, dude, really? I'm just saying.
No, because we had our little encounter,
Mm-hmm. It's
and
pretty even.
you know, she's kind of, you know.
She's a monster. You can say it. Yeah. But you think you got her, huh? Even as a monster.
But she's passionate. She has a passionate side to her.
I know what you're thinking. You probably were like, you know what? She has those big, clunky feet. She really can't, keep up with me. If she does turn into a monster, I think I can outrun her and get the better of her. But don't be afraid to chop off her tail, because if she turns into that
Do what
wolf,
you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Melvin's. You know what? Melvin's just evil. I mean, he couldn't have done. Like it's bad enough that he moves the league at the last minute to throw everyone off their game. Because going through the diamond to bronze time warp zone is already bad enough already. But throws everybody off their game. Thank you, Melvin. By the way,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm worried about that dome. I know Melvin's worried. He saw a RoboCat in his missile, and he's thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're up to something. We'll find out soon enough.
I say you kill the pussy first, Melvin, and then.
That's right.
Stop that.
Kill that pussy, goddammit.
Stop that even from coming. Yeah.
Now listen, just speaking of these transformations, I actually wanted to touch on that with you, Eva. You did recently undergo your own transformation. I like to look at it as it's kind of like Eva Danger 2.0, where, correct me if I'm wrong, you went to visit, I believe it was like a graveyard, and you had some spirits kind of, either talking to you or entering you, and you kind of like fused with them almost. And if I do recall, I believe Denise Destiny was walking up behind you when you were finishing up whatever this transformation was. Can you shed some light on exactly what took place during that time when you were going through this? Like, I want to call it a transformation. You correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like that's what was happening. You were becoming, you were coming into your own as who you were. Like, you finally accepted who you were and move forward. So can you kind of shed some light on that whole situation?
Yeah, I was just going through a mental breakdown. That's what I call it, where little schizophrenia, where I didn't know who I was, where I was, what I was supposed to be, what was my destination.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hit me that one night. I just figured it out.
Melvin will do that to you, let me tell you.
Oh, yes.
Melvin, hey, where the hell am I?
Oh, well, man. I definitely knew something was going on because it was an amazing write-up, and it was a nice angle as far as the transformation and accepting who you are. And because for a time it seemed like you were on the fence as to whether you wanted to continue on with with the Dangerous Alliance, or if you wanted to continue with the group you're with now, which is Sisters of Destruction. It seems like you finally made your decision. You are part of the Sisters of Destruction. You guys are actually on a roll right now, which is great.
Wait, what?
What flip? Here we go.
Not all sandwich makers are created alike?
That's right.
What?
Surprise.
No.
Be careful, Flip. Be careful.
Surprise.
What? Dude, how did this happen? When did this? What rock was I under?
A lot of rocks.
Oh, man.
But I'm definitely, again, you guys have been.
You know what? Make sure you put that like breaking news, graphic for me right now, because holy moly, what's going on here?
Yeah, you're all over the place, Flip.
Jeez, let me light this guy back up. Let me get back in.
You have been having some success, which is good to see. Even this cycle, you're on the title page again. Current Band of Distant Wars with Candy. Again, I mentioned earlier, you were our first ever Goddess Extreme champion, and if I do recall, you actually defeated Dark Mistress Morgana at the first Wicked City Chaos to win that title. So it was a great achievement for yourself. You actually still have one of the most incredible matches to date, and that was when you faced off against Denise Destiny in that steel cage match where you lost the title to her.
Is Morgana Morgan's character or no?
Dark Mistress Morgana?
She was, yes.
Back in the days, yes, she was.
Cool.
Wow, very good, Flip. Wait, let me give you a round.
Wow, you gotta put up a fucking graphic or something, Dick.
Good for you.
Good boy. Good Flip.
Oh, good, Flip. I'll give you a treat later. But so yeah, you did have one of the most spectacular matches to date that I can recall. I always go back, and I've actually mentioned that match a couple of times actually. Even Giuliano also agrees that was one of the best matches he's ever been a part of. So that's good to know that you still have that competitive drive, and you're always willing to put your body on the line and do whatever it takes to get it done. That's what I'm expecting you to do at the No One Safe pay-per-view. But once the dust clears, regardless if you win or lose versus Fox, but again, you will win. But let's just say hypothetically, if you were to lose that match, but
let's say I hope I win.
There you go. But I just in general, we're not too far off from the next Femme Fatale pay-per-view. This is actually going to be Femme Fatale 2. Leading up to this, as far as right now, what are your thoughts on? First of all, the women's division as a whole now. I mean, you do know we have a lot of great superstars between yourself, the people in Dangerous Alliance. We have our Susie Swedes, Flip mentioned earlier, Daddy's Girls. Inazuma obviously is another great one. We have Candy, Denise, Dawn. So we have a stacked women's division. But what are your thoughts on the division as a whole leading up to this next all-female pay-per-view, which is not too far off in the distance? Where do you feel like, Miss Eva Danger stands? And where do you feel the division as a whole stands?
Well, I love the women's division. A lot of super talented ladies. But right now, my character, Eva Danger, she's at a crossroad in her career. And what I mean by that is, she's not really going after any titles. It's more or less she's laid back and trying to lay a foundation to the other women that's coming up.
There we go. Eva Danger for women's commissioner.
She's kind of like putting them over, so to speak, in wrestling terms, helping to get these younger talents. I like that. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer. Now, as far as
I think
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was gonna say you can say it. Eve for women's commissioner. Melvin got plenty of shit to do. We need help around here. The women need you.
I don't want to go into the whole co-commissioner stuff again.
You know what?
You know what it is? I've gone down that road many times, not just with
you don't got a choice.
Yes,
you don't got a choice.
Listen,
you don't got a choice, Stick. You don't got a. Is this the uncensored or not?
I got my fucking choices.
You know what?
Right?
I'm gonna talk to you after. We got this. We'll send shit in regardless. Melvin got no control anyways. You got.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh, you thought you were in charge.
But yeah, I have gone down that road before. That was actually something I did consider in the past, but it just never worked out. I've actually had a couple various co-managers helping me out, and it just never worked out the way I envisioned it. But you never know. In the future, the way it goes, who knows what's going to happen. Just at the moment, it's definitely something I'd rather just keep to myself and continue moving on with. But you never know, Flip. You never know.
You just keep doing. You just keep.
Can I just throw out a bombshell here?
Go for it.
Well, we have a female general manager now.
Yes, we do.
It's taken over Taboo Tuesday.
That is correct.
I told you, Melvin, you weren't in charge.
That's Miss. First of all, I commissioned that move. Shut up, Flip.
Stop trying to take credit. They were doing it already. You had already given it up. Just because you put your name on the top, don't mean you in charge.
But yes, we do have. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the return of Nora Havoc. Correct.
Nice. The Nora Havoc.
A former sandwich maker, Flip.
Woo! The best in the business. Best.
Hold the mayo. Hold the mayo.
Melvin knows shit. Got that shit on live.
So
I'm gonna hook you up, Flip. I'm gonna tell her to make you a hero sandwich.
Woo! See that, Melvin? You thought you was in charge.
Top shelf sandwich.
I'm getting a hero. I'm getting a hero.
Nice.
Boom.
So another thing I wanted to get some feedback from you, because you are, closely affiliated with a lot of the female managers. Can you tell us more about this Femme Fatale series that you guys have going on, actually? That's gonna be starting pretty soon. I think I'm gonna have the first matches start up in the next pay-per-view. So, just shed some light on what that whole thing is about. I believe it's between Dangerous Alliance and Danger Corporation. What can you tell us about this, and how did it come about?
Well, from what I've understand, there's been a little bit of change. There was something talked about a woman's war games or something like that.
Nice.
But Nora Havoc has come in as the general manager and has changed everything.
Oh shit.
It's going to be called the Women's Battle Bunkhouse Brawl.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. I like.
So it's my group, the Danger Corporation, against my sister's group, Tanya E. Dangerous Alliance.
Ooh.
Nice.
Got the sisters split.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Got the team.
And it's mostly, it's no titles is involved. It's more or less just
bragging rights within the group.
For just yes, there you go, for bragging rights.
Nice. Nice. Well, my money's on Team E.
Now maybe because this is a brutal match.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking tape fists, bring your own weapons.
Nice.
Combat boots, jeans, t-shirts.
It's like walk out if you can. Walk out if you can.
So it's more or less
goes.
The women want to prove that, hey, we're just as tough as the guys.
Nice.
That'll be one.
This league has seen its share of stipulations and crazy match scenarios. Look no further than the bitches and their House of Horrors matches. I think they kind of set the bar with the craziness that goes on.
No. You see, here's where I differ from that, Melvin. See, because I honestly think, I mean, and no disrespect to that Horrors match, because that shit was as sick as it comes.
Oh yeah, I honestly, that's what I'm talking about.
I honestly think they just want to get down. Like, look, I mean, nothing against the sickness, nothing against the grotesque, but the way Eve pictured that, I'm just imagining just like a mosh pit. Mosh pit is like oh.
I said the more carnage, the better.
Nice.
That's what sells tickets. I'm all for it.
Nice. Now, Melvin, I'm gonna put you on time watch because I forgot what time we hit record, and this thing doesn't tell me how much time we got left because I know these Zoom meetings only go 40 and then they go.
Yes, this is true. Well, I did see that I had a notification saying that the next one is going to be unlimited, which is great. But for this one, yes, you are correct. So obviously this is going to be the first of hopefully many more podcasts with you on the show, Eve. I definitely want to have you back on here. I don't want this to be a one and done. Let the other female managers know, and I've said this many times. I want as many as can be on the show. Like if Tanya E. Dangerously wants to get on the show, let her get on the show. If Angela, Gabby, any one of them want to get on the show and promote their wrestlers, talk angles, just shoot the shit.
What about Anna? What about Anna and Joanna? Can Anna and Joanna come?
Yeah, Anna and Joanna too. But
I think they're in training, Flip.
Nice.
But definitely let them know that
they still in the kitchen making sandwiches.
They're still learning.
Hey, and that's coming from Eve, not from me.
They're learning how to use the cutting machine. Bro. You gotta give them time.
Yeah, fresh cut deli and all, huh?
There you go. But so yeah, before we sign this one off, is there anything you want to say to the WWO universe? Before we sign off, could be anything. You could break the fourth wall and say anything you want. You know how we go on the show. But I just want to get this is your time now to say whatever it is you need to say before we sign this off. So the floor is yours, Eva.
Well, just want to say on behalf of all of us girl managers in the league, we just out, guys. We just out to have fun. we don't mean no harm by some of the stuff that we say. We just trying to fit in. That's all.
You hear that, guys? Don't get butthurt, guys. Don't take shit to heart. And that goes for everybody in this league. I've mentioned that plenty of times. You know, go ahead, Eve.
A special shout out go out to Jim.
There you go. What up,
Nice.
Jimbo?
What up, Jimbo? You got a special shout out. Definitely, I'm planning on having him on the show. Actually, maybe he'll touch base on some stuff as well and mention you as well. But definitely, there's no bad blood there at all. So I just want to clear the air on that as well.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Things were said, but that's all water under the bridge, as you would say.
There you go. So nothing to worry about here. Nothing to see here, folks. Moving right along. But so yeah, if that's is there anything else you wanted to say, or that's pretty much it?
No, that's it. I'm just finally glad that I'm on here, and I know
Absolutely.
the girls been pushing me to do this, and I'm just happy I finally did it.
Oh yes. I mean, listen, I'm finally glad again that you got this out of the way, because now maybe with you being on the air, maybe the other girl managers will be more inclined to jump on here and do it as well. I think that's how I always felt. It would take one of you to step forward and go, let me get this done. And then maybe the rest of them will follow suit. So I'm hoping that's what happens. Maybe I'll get some emails after this and they say, listen, you know, when can I get on the podcast? And I can set it up with either myself or with Flip like we're doing now. But, you know, again, I'm super excited that I got you on the show. This is something, like I said, I've been trying to get this done for a long time. You know, schedules, you know, didn't permit it, but today we finally got it done. This will be uploaded as soon as I can get it uploaded. So, Eva, again, thank you. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I do hope to have you on here again. Flip, do you have any last words before we sign off?
No, I'm good. Thanks, bro.
And I have one final thing to say, and this is for Mr. Brandon. This one's for you. At No One's Safe, your fucking league is going down. Nightmare Dimension is going down. And I'm super excited. Well, we have 2 more days left, Flip, and we finally find out who the better league is. So I'm super excited about that right now. Right now, everything's all about No One's Safe. Again, as we mentioned earlier, Miss Eva Danger is in a match as well. You know, we do have some other superstars as well. I'm very much excited that the wait is over. So in 2 days, we are going to find out who the more dominant league is, which of course it will be the WWL. But until the next podcast, guys, I am the gold motherfucking standard, Melvin Mayhem, joined again in studio by the voice of Interfed Radio, Mr. IWA Flip, and of course, our special guest for the evening, Miss Eva Danger, signing off. Take care, everyone.